the flight landing. I don't really get in tune with them bro niggas like that, cause they don't understand me. I like when she go get that rubber band and put it back, she gon' eat it like candy. I buy her a new Stanley. She got a little optimism. Shout out.
You already know what it is, man. It's just said of No Limit Society, where the information and entertainment has no limits, man. We get content from everywhere, but we talk about what's important, ladies and gentlemen. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Let's gather the gospel, put it all in one pile. Everybody says he say, she say, and we ain't got no reliable sources anymore. So, No Limit Society, come join the fam, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Tonight we got a long one. But it's from a person that I question. I question a lot. His antics, his vision, his know-how, his history. Yeah, I would love to have a conversation with you. Just like a real No Limit podcast interview. All hats off. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can see where he's coming from. Because sometimes I do not understand Wack. That's what we talk about tonight. Wack 100. Yeah, bro, you're older than me. You went through some crazy shit, but the way you handle things, or the way you want your culture to be like, is weird to me. In my opinion. But tonight we got Wack 100 breaking down his 10 new rules for the streets after the recent Young Thug snitching allegations. Deep breath, nigga. Who do you think you are, B? Like, on surreal, like, you supposed to be Moses, the 10 Commandments, Noah's Ark. You supposed to be like a biblical figure, and I just don't understand. You're making new rules for the streets. That's crazy. Let's hear it though.
And his narrative is, if people like you, then you ain't that. And he right. Now, I'm not gonna say he ain't that, but I know the dude. I got some respect for the dude, so I just won't disrespect his name. Now, Gunner, I'll call him a rat. Thug, I'll tell you what he did in the interrogation room is against the rules.
Oh no. A rat is a rat. At the end of the day, that's what y'all were saying for years and years. And mind you, I don't believe in street politics. And one day, even maybe in this video, we'll understand why. Because I mean, y'all took something and just butchered it for the ones that know. But yeah, man, like y'all butchered 6ix9ine, y'all butchered Casanova, y'all butchered a lot of motherfuckers. Snitch here, snitch there, and there was no comeback. If Thug snitched, he snitched. But what's the definition of snitching and who? Yeah, I definitely gotta hear these rules, bro. It's crazy.
He shouldn't have did it. He said too much, did too much. There's no explanation for that. He's dead wrong. But I won't disrespect his name because, that's my partner, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my partner. I ain't gonna even sit here and lie. Am I selected politics? A little bit. I'm not telling you, no, that ain't what it is. But I'm not gonna disrespect my man's name. I hope Thug would understand that. So, today, we coming up with the New Testament.
Oh,
what we feel.
So he does feel biblical. Thank you. You gotta have a complex to believe the shit that you believe. Oh my Jesus. Yeah, definitely a conversation. When you see this, come to VA. I'm definitely not coming to LA. But yeah. Let's have that conversation.
The new rules of the street should be. And I expect all of y'all to make this go viral. Right? Because we gonna go from 1 to 10 with a bonus 1. That last one, a lot of y'all probably ain't gonna like. But some of y'all old school dudes ain't gonna like. Let's start with number 1. New Testament rules of the street, number 1. You can snitch on somebody who snitched on you first. Hey, that's the...
Hey, yo, you can't make this shit up. Hold on. So you can snitch on somebody if they snitched on you first. But that still equals up to snitching. Hey, yo, But dude, yeah, he gotta be a comedian next, bro. Cause this shit, so you can't make this shit up. What? Okay, please, somebody in the comments break that down.
That's the first new rule that's being proposed for the New Testament of the streets. Rule number 1, you can snitch on somebody who snitched on you first. That means if y'all get busted, dude come back there and say, hey man, your man just gave you up. What? Play the recording? Yeah, man, guns under the seat was yours. That was all his. Now you can say, what? Matter of fact, not only them ain't my guns, he got a stash spot up under the air conditioned unit. Listen, man, we just going off of what we see the youngsters gravitating to. This is from me, but it's what I'm seeing the youngsters doing because I'm tired of arguing with y'all. So rule number 1 of the New Testament of the streets.
At least he's being fair. He's bringing in the YNs in their vote. So I guess they got a YN congregation, union that they developed to speak on the matters of the streets. Yeah, man, I love my culture, boy.
You can snitch on somebody who snitched on you first. Number 2, now I like this one. After 10 years, however it falls, with no incident, one can cross back over to being a civilian with no expectation of the streets or its set. Can't call him about nothing. He all the way back civilian mode. So if y'all want to go over there playing with him, he can treat you like a civilian. 911.
Okay, so are we running like a kids next door or like a fan club? Like how does that work? You got to get jumped in, jumped out type of situation. You turn in your street card to become a family. You go from True Religions to khakis. Like how does that work? Is it a certain age requirement, like limit? At 45, you can put in your 2 weeks notice. I mean, I get it. If I move somewhere, like if I move from a hood, you know what I'm saying, and then I move to another one. Like let's say I move from Cali to VA. I'm not gonna bring the shit that I did in Cali to VA. I'm a square ass dude. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't do the street culture, but I'm trying to understand it. Yeah, that'd be the only. Yeah, and then I turn to civilian. Then if I had trouble, yeah, call the law or whatever like that. If I can't handle it myself, but bringing all the gangster, I do this, blood, this, Crips, that to a whole nother state. Yeah, no, probably not. Doesn't mean if I would go back to Cali, I would switch back and turn it back on. Because you can't do it on this side. If there's 25, I'm a street nigga. On this 25, I'm a regular degular. No, don't worry about that. In my personal opinion.
Raider? Yes. Some dudes are at my door. Do you know who they are? I definitely know who they are. They're from my old day. They can do all that talk. Again, this is the mentality that I think best fits the new generation. Number 3, a man has 72 hours to take his case if his action led to another man being arrested. If you left something in another man's car, home, without telling them, or that man can speak his truth. That means you didn't use my car, you brought it back to me. I jump into it, hit some corners, police pulled me over, find something that ain't mine, that's yours. Hey, homie, what's up with it? Yeah, homie, I got pulled over. They found something in my whip, something that I know ain't mine. Now, within that 72 hours, I said 72 hours because maybe you got to get your bail money, go bust a couple moves, do a few things, get your women. If you got more than one, get them, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Sell cars, something, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then go up there and claim your stuff. If not, that man can speak his truth. Hey, man, DA, I want to talk to you. I mean, listen, man, again,
that's probably the only one I agree with. That is probably the only one I could agree with because that's facts. I've personally had this happen. Not saying that I did the whole snitch allegations and shit like that, but I've had somebody do some dumbass shit, and then I gotta pay the bill for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just take that shit on the chin, because either they ain't got the money, or you playing with the court and the court ain't playing by their bread. You know what I'm saying? So I don't let a lot of people drive my whip. You know what I'm saying? Speeding in your car, then you get the ticket. Yes, that's happened. So this one I do agree. I didn't do it the first time, but the second, I'm getting older now, and I street rules. I'm telling on you.
Hey, how I feel it should go. These are the new rules that I feel best fits the new generation, the New Testament of the streets. Number 4, if a man takes a charge for another man and they agree that the bond and the lawyer fees is supposed to be taken care of, and you breach that agreement, the man who took the charge can then cooperate against you. This is the new rule of the streets. Man, take a charge for you. You get what I'm saying? Yo, man, take that, homie. I got you, homie. I'm gonna make sure your kids, everybody straight, your bills, attorney, all that. I'm gonna bail you out. You're gonna fight it from the street, my word. And you take that. And that man breaches that agreement, then that man that took that, he can go speak his truth. However he feel he want to speak his truth. Okay? For those of y'all just pulling up, we are reading the new rules, the New Testament of the streets. We got the Old Testament. We already know what the Old Testament is. You know, if I got to go to the Old Testament when it comes to telling this, you cannot, under any circumstances, give information to law enforcement that involves any other name outside of yourself. You cannot. It don't matter how it go. Nigga, throw something by you, seen him throw it, you can't say that. You got to beat it, fingerprint it. I don't know what you got to do. But these days,
I feel like I should have like 3 fingers up type deal, like Scout's honor or something, because he breaking this down like I didn't sign on a dotted line. But I mean, I get it. I mean, if you agree to pay for everything, bro, pay for books, his lawyers, his bail, make sure his kids straight, because you might be on strike 3 type deal. I understand it. Yeah, pay that shit. But then again, bro, I gotta have enough faith in you anyway to say, yeah, I'll take that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, it's a murder charge. Yeah, I got you. Bro, what? No. I need to have this in writing, notarized. You get a copy, I get a copy. They say, hey, everything will be taken care of, or else. Because that's fucking wild play. Wild play.
things is a little different. Gunner told he didn't tell. Thug told he didn't tell. Boston Richie told he didn't tell. This dude told he ain't told. OG, gangster from Santana down there, he told he didn't tell. Oh, it was this, or it was that. Oh, yeah, we see he signed the cooperation agreement declaration. So listen, but them dudes fall up under the Old Testament. I fall up on the Old Testament. This here, what I'm reading, is the New Testament of the streets. We on number 4. And for those that just joining us, y'all can go on back, review this, or I might go on through them. We going to number 5. Okay, let's go to number 5. Number 5, the leader or boss can have a paid fall guy that's agreed upon to snitch on to free himself. Y'all get what that means, right? That means, let's say you got a shot caller, OG baller, big ball on the block, the rapper, whatever. And hey, homie, I'm finna pay you every month, 2,500, 5,000 a month. I'm balling. I'm gonna pay you every month, homie. But if I ever get in some trouble there, but run up in my spot, find something, I'm gonna tell them it's yours. You get what I'm saying? And this is agreed upon. Look, so this is the New Testament, the new rules of the street. We gonna get this out here because
what kind of situations are y'all getting yourself into where you gotta take the blame or the rap sheet for somebody else's in their own house for some bread? Just get a job. Get a job. It is not that worth it to not get a job. Who wants to deal with all that? You wake up in the morning. I'd rather wake up in the morning knowing if I woke up late, damn, I might get rolled up. Damn, I might lose my job. Then, damn, a nigga done some dumb shit. Got all this shit in his house or his crib. And I know the cops came over there. He gonna tell it was me. And now I'm gonna be on the run. That's on a Tuesday morning. You ain't get no coffee yet. Hell no. Not doing it. Nope. I don't know what kind of situation y'all in. Wild play.
This is what's going on. People are being confused about what snitching is and what snitching ain't. So what we gonna do, we gonna keep the OGs under the Old Testament, and this new and improved thing we got going on out here, y'all under the New Testament. That's number 5. Number 6, if you pillow talk with your woman or family, and it leads to an arrest of an individual, and the information originated from you, you get the snitch jacket. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just if your wife name is Jacqueline Hernandez, and the paperwork say Jacqueline Hernandez gave us this information, and you know God dang well Jacqueline didn't know nothing about that move because it was 2 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't nobody but you and Jacqueline's husband. And they done came and got you, and the witness is Jacqueline Hernandez. You know Jacqueline's husband, pillow talk. Therefore, although the paperwork may say Jacqueline Hernandez, Jacqueline husband, your homie, you get the snitch jacket. Yeah, that's going to you too. Yeah, this is the New Testament of the streets. Number 7. If your spouse, husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend, or non-street individual.
Before I move forward, I want to say, bro, it definitely sounds like he's using Chat GPT because there's a lot of hoods you gotta go to get everybody's opinion. That's a lot of traveling. You did a census on the streets of what you've heard and seen. Because I hope he's just not using California. Streets are streets, unless each city and each state is gonna come up with their own street commandment. So there's got to be a census with ChatGPT involved. I don't see Wack having the intelligence to do this, but who knows? I could be talking.
Calls the police. You can deal with it as a civilian and give statements to defend yourself. Hey, look, man, we see a lot of dude didn't gang bang. That was this. Yo, he gave a statement on his wife. Wife done bust him in the mouth. He done did something. She done got up there and said, okay, I'm telling them, you got guns in the house. Police get there and say, well, she's a heroin addict. She's on crystal meth. She got crystal in the top drawer, in her panty drawer. You know it's hers. Hey, listen, if it's a marital spousal abuse or you get into it with your neighbor, regular dude, hey, listen, man, you can handle that as if you are a civilian. Straight up, give your statements, man. Okay, that's rule number 7 of the New Testament of the streets. Okay. 8, I like this one. Now, I likes this one. My main man Ghost come up with this one. Shout out to Ghost from the Exposers. If you vouch for a civilian or non-street person to be part of your gang or street crew, and that person snitch, you and all the people that allowed it also gets the snitch jacket. Oh yeah, let me tell you what this is talking about. See, the reason why I like this, because this is about to save a lot of them kids out there. A lot of them kids out there that's getting pressured and forced into gangs because people want them to hold things and do things and force them to do things. Let me go over this one again. This is New Testament of the street.
Make it make sense. Mind you, I'm gonna definitely listen to what he's saying, but make it make sense. This for the kids. You might as well be an activist or activist or whatever you want to call it. Advocate. There you go. Be an advocate. Help these niggas. I guess this is his version of helping.
Rule number 8. If you vouch for a civilian or a non-street person to be part of your gang or street crew, and that person snitches, you and all of the people that allowed this to happen, allowed this dude to get jumped in, agreed upon, y'all get his snitch jacket. Oh yeah, because see what happens is y'all go force these dudes. Y'all know these dudes ain't built like that, cut like that. Then you beat up on them. Then you tell them go put some work in or go rob this, and they scared to get beat up on. They go do it, get caught, and then they tell. And then next thing you know, baby Pee Wee Herman told, right? I ain't using that name because my nigga Pee Wee from 40s, that's too close. Baby Cricket told. Now he in the county get beat up on, stabbed up, all this when you know God dang well, dude never wanted to be part of your gang. He just got tired of getting beat up, walking up and down the street. So this one right here is a good one. That's New Testament number 8. Number 9. If you're...
Now, this is just me thinking. Mind you, I don't follow street politics because I don't believe in it. It don't make sense. If it don't make sense, I'm not believing in it. I have grown. I have grew up in communities, states, cities that are not well off, hoods, crack spots, whatever you want to call it. But if you are not part of that lifestyle anyway, then you ain't gotta follow their rules. You ain't gotta follow their rules. You could be a civilian the whole time. I like how he said that. I will say I agree. It is for the kids, the ones that go through the bullshit and shit like that. But for the ones that are not using their brains and all they trying to do is follow street code, you already a civilian before you do all the dumb shit. You look. I know the consequences that come behind it, but be a man, take it, speak up. You know what I'm saying? If this is trials and tribulations, don't fail at it, bro. Do what you got to do to keep yourself safe. Not join a fucking gang that's gonna just ruin everything. That's just me personally. Again, just talk.
Celebrity character is what makes you a street ninja. You have immunity to the rules. Any snitching done prior to your fame is forgiven. See, that's like 6ix9ine. I came up with that one. I mean, shit. I got to give y'all a reason to be a little upset with me. I came up with that one. I'm not putting that one on go. Let me read that New Testament rules of the streets for snitching, number 9.
Number 9.
If your celebrity status, character is what makes you a street ninja, you have immunity to the rules. Any snitching done prior to your fame is forgiven. And while you the big old celebrity, because you in the booth faking, yeah, I killed the real.
So you can imitate. So you can imitate as long as it doesn't affect you. But when it affects you, you can just tell on that culture, that style, that code. I'm not even part of the streets, and that shit just that don't no, because right there you just open the floodgate for anybody to pretend to get in close to take people's emotions, even though it's streets and shit like that. You shouldn't show no emotions, but still, like you basically putting in feds, rats into organizations to get an image, paying motherfuckers chump change, and then setting them up for years to come. Nah, that one I do not agree with. That's why no.
You pack that steel, you know you's a buster, right? See, that's the problem. The people is taking these people serious. Y'all really hearing what they saying because they saying these things, they watching these movies, or they heard a story in the garage from their relative or something, and they go to the booth and they turn into these people. These are called alter egos. They really civilians. Real street dudes from the Old Testament can identify these type of people. Okay, that's number 9.
But obviously they can't if they keep getting set up by these types of Mr. Wack. We need to have a conversation. Streets versus non-streets. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm green, but we need to have a conversation. A logical conversation. Take it from Cali to VA. I done been the whole DMV, seen dumb shit, been through bullshit, gangs, robins, all that. Trust and believe, it's on there. So, but you're not giving no logic. At some point in time, bro, you gotta get out of this situation. The world's too big of a place to stand in the same thing You know what I'm saying? Same way. Like you should have developed that mentality of street culture, seen what it's done, seen how it's affected you, and did something bigger, especially with your platform. You didn't put on artists, you didn't put on DJs. You know what I'm saying? You got this code of ethics in the streets, like. And like I said, I'm just talking. I could be wrong. This man could be doing some really big things for the city, but I've never heard it. And I know sometimes the internet likes to shroud the positive with the negative, but I never heard it with this dude. Put in the comments, please let me see anything he's done good besides the diapers. But even the diapers seem like a Ponzi scheme almost.
Okay, we going to 10. Boy, my bone now, this 10. If you, this is Ghost. If you are conducting legitimate business with the person or persons, and that person or persons involves you in street activity, you have the right to cooperate in any way you see fit. Now, Ghost, you winning your bag on this one, Ghost. You winning your bag on this one. I know a few of y'all just pulling up. We got 1,200 people up in here, 1144 to be exact, right? So I do.
It is a requirement if you're gonna be a street ninja to know math. We ain't doing, even if you were trying to round up, you can't round up with 44. Even if he was trying to. But anyways, I'm sorry. It just OCD.
Need some of y'all to hit that subscribe button. I should gain at least 300-400 off this one. Okay, I know I've been gone, but give me a reason to come back. I wanted to see if the internet, with the gutter of the YouTube streets, was gonna die without me to dying. So this gonna give.
It's not dying without you. People just unrealistic when it comes to content. Everybody wants to be the same. And if you're not the same and you do have something unique to say or do, you get shrouded by BS. By dog doo doo. So I hate when certain figures think they just like, oh yeah, all be all. It's just nah. We in a real depressing state when it comes to intelligence and what is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? What is entertainment? Does it have to be ignorant every time? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just you get drowned out, and it just scares you to see where the internet might get if people like this keep getting famous. If people do something stupid like lick ice cream, they get famous, and we allow it because we watch it, we feed into it, or they rage bait us. You know what I'm saying? But that's why in No.Limit.Society we're doing things a little bit different, man. We're gonna break down a lot of things. Hopefully the community comes together and sends in videos. Don't hesitate, send them in to No Limit Podcast 1 at gmail.com. Again, that's No Limit Podcast 1 at gmail.com. Hit up the IGs if you're looking for an interview with No Limit Podcast. Yeah, man. This is just the beginning. I'm excited.